Okay.
I don't know what they're called.
2,
The seltzers?
1. Action.
There was no need for screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Go. Is that what you were gonna say?
Oh, yeah, it was.
Go for it then. I'll just stay quiet.
No, it's cool. You got it. You got it.
Yeah. Yo, what's good, everybody? So we are on episode 3, technically episode 1. This one should have been recorded first, but with everybody trying to figure out where they play the part and where they're in the role of this Cali Active Angels, Cali Active TV, and the original Cali Active. I don't remember what my channel was on YouTube, but it was always based off of what Frankie wanted to do with his platform or with his lowriding stuff. And then, you know, Stephanie's been in his life since he was, I think, 14, 15 years old, something like that. Since I can remember the history of forever. And now we're trying to buckle down and try to have a platform that we could provide services and outlook and input from every perspective angle that we can think of from the lowrider community and what we love. Now, can we balance it just like anybody else? Probably not. Are we good at this? Probably not. Is there people better? Of course there is. Is there going to be something that we're going to say that might help you, guide you, and lead you where you're trying to go? Yes, because we are using real people, real life examples of models, welders, lowrider community people, people that are parents. It's like a big mix of this community of what it is that we're trying to promote is huge in the fact that there's no one telling you how to actually start. It's all the people that have already become successful, telling you about their experiences and telling you from the perspective that they have already tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of followers already. And we use these people as a guide, but instead we're using it from the platform that we have with maybe 1,000 or so followers or tens of thousands of followers or on my YouTube or whatever. And we're trying to get people to help them. We're trying to get people to understand that what it is that we do with Cali Active Angels, what it is that we do with Cali Active TV, and what it is that we do in general is really family based and oriented. It's like we want to show the perspective of what the benefits are of having the community be so close, and then this is like, you know, you guys were 2 minutes into your episode 1 or 2 with the twins, and like Jackie gets a phone call, and then that's where you cop the video, and you're that guy.
Yeah, I am that guy.
You're that guy.
I try not to be.
But you are. So this is actually the number 1 guy, number 2 lady, number 1 lady, actually number 2 in the situation, but number 1 lady. And I'm just a face and a voice. I am very good at talking. I'm Frankie's brother. Stephanie's been in our life since I can remember. And the truth of the matter is that Stephanie's closer to me than probably a lot of the people that are out there in the world, period. Because, you know, we've grown together. We've sat in the same room together, ate at the same table together. We've all been broke together. We've all been in situations where nobody else could possibly understand except for us. And that, are you really going to just pick up your fucking watch every 5 seconds?
No, my bad.
Well, who is it? Answer.
No.
The people want to know.
It's sales.
Sales?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Sales?
Yeah.
From work?
No, sales from people want to buy clothes.
Oh
Shit, there you go. Yeah, another avenue of the things that we do is actually selling clothing.
wait, why wouldn't you answer?
I'm gonna learn how to edit again so I can help you, because you do take on that's a big load, and I know you love to take big loads on, but it's not gonna be a load you have to carry on your own.
Let's just start again.
That's just starting.
Okay, go. And action.
Yeah. So as we were saying, and you see now that we have a special guest, actually was here to just pick up some clothing, but Kat is one of the people that actually started with them first. And I'm going to continue to say them because I want to separate myself from the thing that they built, Stephanie and Frankie, because what it is that I do in addition to what they do is just add value to the perspective that you see right now, which is the talking part, the selling part, the portion of people relationship part, the portion of the things that they don't want to carry on because they're already doing a lot of things, like what we talked about, Frankie taking the big loads all the time. Well, everybody knows that there has to be humor in everything that we do. And on a day-to-day, like I talked about Stephanie being part of the family since I could always remember, from her having the first car that we've probably ever were able to rely on because she just had that ability. And me and Frankie were struggling to get our car to start, or I had to borrow his truck. We can go so far back to so many years ago and be able to tell you how we've built this relationship of trust to actually implement it into the business practice that we put out today, which is the reason why so many people feel so comfortable coming with us, because it's not this thing that most people are used to where they don't know that photographers are not supposed to touch them. They don't know that they shouldn't be getting help in a way that's like a resource like Kat, who can help somebody who knows nothing or feels no confidence, but knows that they're beautiful, but doesn't know how to position themselves. So she can grab your figure or your persona and make it come out into the picture. And it's the same for what Stephanie does with managing all of the finances, managing all of the clothing, apparel, the logistics of the business, and then also with Frankie being able to be the person, the persona, the center face, the person who knows the most people for no damn reason, but he does.
The charisma.
Need to know.
Yeah. Useless facts that people don't need to know, but they're always useful when you're able to start a conversation. So those things coming into play, the reason that we're all sitting here today is because, yes, Frankie totally did 2 episodes behind our back, but this first episode, that's technically the 3rd episode on YouTube, is here to help you guys be introduced to what it is that we're looking to do. Will this episode be better than the first 2? Absolutely not. But it doesn't mean that what it is that we're trying to do won't be something that we want to capture your guys' imaging. So this is a good opportunity for us to actually go into Kat, and again, she's going to be caught off guard. But one of the things that we've always been thinking, and that we've been thinking since we've been doing this, is who plays what role in what we do. And one of the figures of speech that we've used several times is that this mama here knows how to help her cubs take light into their own skin. So if you've ever been in a position where you just don't know how, or you can't figure out how, this is the resource that we use. And yeah, we don't monetize as we should, but it's because we're also starting, and there will become a point where Kat will have this monetized and say, you want to book me, you want to use me to help you, I can do that. But at this point right now, you have a lucky opportunity that we're sitting with her too. We have the same lucky opportunity to be able to have her teach us how to light people up in the camera, how to position people in the camera, and again, we struggle with this. We still suck, but we're learning. And we don't have all of the things and resources that people have. I was talking about earlier, Kat, that we watch these people that have $10,000 worth of equipment, and we have an iPhone, or we have a camera that took us 5 years to be able to invest the equipment that we have, and it might not be the best, it might not be all of it, but with your guidance, with the guidance of what we've learned over the past year, or this past year, we've been able to kind of do the best that we can with what we have and try to help people and girls. And what can you tell them from your perspective of how you've used what you have with maybe your phone, or if you have a camera or lighting, or what would you encourage them to do when they're first starting off trying to take photos and trying to really resource what becomes a technology driven world where everyone wants to be popular on Instagram and everybody wants to be a model and wants to know, can I do it? Is this for me?
Damn. Well, that's a hard ass question to answer, honestly. But I mean, everybody has their own styles. So I get told everywhere, everybody I talk to tells me that I need to pick a style and I need to go for that style. I am not the type of person that sticks to a style. I'm not the type of person that fits in a box. I'm outside the box. I like to do different things. I like different experiences, different people. And I vibe with a lot of different people, So that's the main thing, is don't listen to what people are telling you. Do what actually comes from a heart. Do what you feel. And that's what I tell the girls all the time when I'm trying to help them pose or whatever, is do what feels right for you with your body, or how you're feeling. Photography for me is a form of expression. It's not snap a picture. I can snap a picture of the corner of the wall, and you know, everybody has a different perspective. Everybody has a different angle. Everybody has a different view. So it just really depends on the person. Like, if a lot of people like streetcars, lowriders, you know, a lot of people pay attention more to the girls in the car. You know, it's everybody's perspective and what they see and what they view as art. So for me, it's not so much like encouraging to do a certain thing. It's encouraging to do what feels right for you. And that's my biggest thing. As long as you feel good, and I could like encourage whoever, the photographer, the girls, whoever it is, to like feel more comfortable with themselves. Because if you're the one behind the camera, you could see, but then you have the choice to position your angles. You have the choice to move yourself, your camera, to get a better picture than what you could see straight forward, you know? And same thing for the girls. Like, there's different up, down, you know, sideways. There's so many different things that they could do to capture that feeling or that picture that they really want.
So do you feel like the bigger importance behind every photo is the confidence of the person behind the camera or the person in front of the camera?
Okay, so that's hard because that's hard because I've been on both
Because
sides.
a lot of girls are very beautiful,
Yes, beautiful.
but they're not as confident as they think that they would be
Yes.
going face to face. Now, if a guy comes up to them, this is what I try to explain. A guy comes up to them, they can easily shut them down and make a 10-second judgment on whether they're going to make a future with this person or even a small future with this person. But when they get in front of the camera, it's like they're facing themselves, and then all of a sudden they become shy butterflies that are in the cocoon.
Yes. So that happens a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Because a woman is, you know, like, I mean, models, you know, the girls, is only as confident as, one, they think they are, and two, how you make them feel. So as long as the model is comfortable in front of the photographer, they're versatile. So if they're not like all in the corner, like shy or whatever, you know, then I feel like that's the photographer's spot to like be like, girl, like, you're good. Obviously, like, if there's somebody else or they have somebody else, you know, they're hype people, that's what they should be doing. But
what do you think? Because you're also behind the camera.
Yeah.
How do you think that you drive that personality for the girls? Because you deal with more girls than anybody else here, because you have to go through each of their personalities. You probably don't want to tell her that there's a spider there.
Oh, man.
I wish we could grab the camera.
And follow that?
Stephanie's the worst person to have anything creepy.
Did you get
about
it?
me.
No.
Me too. That sounds like spider.
You want to sit in the middle?
Come over here.
No, okay, no, she doesn't want to be on the
Just
camera.
lift your legs. That.
I'm
Don't
good.
put your legs down.
Well, when she says lift your legs, she didn't say anything more than that. So you're not gonna see her toes and her feet. Do we have to wait for you because you're trying to avoid the question?
No.
But like I said, I've been behind literally the camera and in front of the camera. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's different. Like, I've been the photographer, like, obviously
Okay.
it was a long ass time
Okay,
ago, but
what's the most awkward position like that you've been in? And I don't mean position like how you put yourself. I mean,
Arch your back.
no. I mean like the most awkward position that you've been in with a photographer that you immediately said to yourself, okay, this situation, I'm not feeling it. So what is it that person did? Because obviously we know now that we've been doing this long enough that Frankie and the current girls that we have around us don't have issues with how he frames them. The thing that we have most issues with is that everybody has a different personality, and not everybody, we're all human. So the first thing that I would tell any prospective person that looks like they want to take a camera and face it towards themselves and try to become instant famous or whatever you want to call it, is that every single day is not going to feel the same. After vlogging for every day for 1 year straight, the one thing that I learned is that discipline is very difficult to master, and it will master you before you master it. And it will definitely tell you over and over again that not every day feels the same, but you still have to do it. So if that's your goals and your objectives, it's a very difficult thing to do, but it can be done. But on the other end of it, like, you know, like you were going to answer, I want you to answer, how is it for you on the other side of the camera and the issues that you think that you face trying to have that, because it's a heavy burden. I can pick up a camera and shoot it at anybody. Like she said, you can shoot anybody, like you can take a photo of anybody, but that responsibility to make that person be everything that they want to imagine themselves that they are when they're posing it can make or break somebody's like self-esteem very fast.
Oh, for sure.
I feel like one of the hardest things about even just taking pictures of girls in general is like it would be considered for me the same as if you're dating somebody who is damaged from a previous relationship. It's the same thing. There's a lot of photographers out there that are very...
I just went through a whole conversation about you've been with Stephanie since we were little kids, and that's going to be your example? But it does make sense.
But so, you know, it's the same thing. Like some of these girls who have tried to model before have had bad experiences with a lot of photographers.
Right, which is why I asked her that.
Yeah, and it's hard to be the guy who you're like treading on very thin water. Like if I say this, she's gonna be turned off. She's not gonna want to take pictures. If I you know ask for this, she'll be turned off. She's not gonna want to turn pictures.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to find that very fine line to be like, you know, what are you comfortable with? How do you want to shoot? That's what I think our main concern is like asking the girls first what they expect or what they want, and try to go with that until, you know, they feel a little bit more comfortable.
You know, that was a great example, because I would say that it's true.
For sure.
And what you said, because she said it instantly, she agreed instantly because she watches from the outside, and we call her Suge Knight, but you'll soon see why we say that. But it has nothing to do with how she strong arms Frankie. It has to do with how she considers this big role and has to protect it. Yeah. She has to protect it. And it's one of those things where he just said, and it makes total sense, that it's a lot like past relationships, and that you get in front of the camera and you're really depicting, or we're really going to inflict this trauma, or we're going to inflict this newfound light, and we can have it go one of two ways. And it's very difficult because, you know, everybody sees themselves differently, but it's true. That's a very good point, because it's very, very true. It's hard to be behind. I would not want to be in your position every single day, because I feel like the patience that I have, and then also so everybody knows I read people really well. So the problem with me is that I can tell somebody how to do something knowing that that might be the best for them, but it doesn't mean that in their mind that they're ready for that best.
Yeah.
Because everybody's got a different, like I said, we're all human. I'm not far from perfect. I've been told by everybody in the room except for Kat, because she hasn't known me long enough, that I'm an asshole.
Damn, I don't know if I
can say that. Like I said, I'm sure we're going to get bleeped there. She's like, I thought it before.
How did you know?
But the truth of the matter is that's what we struggle with. That's what most people will struggle with. That taking photos or becoming a model or sitting on the opposite side like me and Frankie do, where we're trying to give the imagery some sort of context or try to make people know who this person is with one photo. Like if you see photos of Jess, this is a great example. Jess is the shyest person that I know, but the most confident person in the camera, because she's naturally beautiful. So the one thing that I always say is that look into the camera like it's the person that you want to see for the last time, because her eyes do all the talking. And if Frankie can just put the camera into her eyes, it's like game over. You guys all see that this person has a deep passion for just life and herself and everything that she does. And if you know 2 seconds about her life, then you start to see that this person has a big, beautiful soul, and that she's going to go places as long as she keeps going. And it's for all of us. We all reflect the same way. So I was asking you, Kat, and then this is like one of those big questions. What are the things that you should, if you're a young girl and you're trying to become a model, what are the things that you should look for when you're resourcing these photographers? Because not everyone's going to be like Frankie, that's going to have somebody like the team that we have, where we're thinking from all different angles to protect each other and to be a family in a sense, because we are like a family. It's very hard for new girls to come in. Not that it's difficult, because we're all like very protective of each other, but it's because the same thing, when you have a new person coming into a family of 10, 20, 30, whatever size your family is, and your cousin is bringing a new boyfriend or a new girlfriend to the barbecue, you're immediately going to size them up and do all the things you have to protect the people that you are putting them close to, your closest people. So it's like that thing. What do you think that you could tell them that they should look out for when it comes to those photographers or situations? Or how do you draw yourself back and say, okay, I know that I want to hire somebody, but what should I look for in that person?
Damn. Okay. Well, one, as like a starting model.
Yeah, 100%. Because I think that a lot of us are all starting models.
I got a beginning question to that question.
Yeah.
Because I get it asked all the time, like a lot of girls, like whether they're writing to buy clothes. The same way me and Kat had our first experience with Stephanie, writing to be like, hey, I'd like to buy some merchandise. Like, oh yeah. Hey, by the way, I'd like to model for you guys if possible. Like, how does a girl or even a young guy get into that? Because I get it all the time. I get a lot of people tell me like, hey, if you wouldn't have reached out to me, like I've always wanted to model, I just don't know how to get into it. I wanted to be a lowrider model, but I don't know nobody in the lowrider game. It's like, how does one approach that into actually becoming, trying to pursue that?
I mean, take it from experience. Like, I'm not a lowrider model. I don't know anybody in the lowrider game. I don't have family in the lowrider game. I didn't grow up around it. And probably in the past less than a year, maybe like, I got introduced to the lowrider game probably like 3 years ago. But I didn't start taking pictures or even trying to even think about modeling until like 4 or 5 months ago. So me coming in as a new person to the scene, as a new person, a different face. Mainly, one, that attracted attention, that I was just a different face. But other than that, if you don't put the work in, it's not going to come back. Like I had to reach out. I have to, I think everybody that I worked with, I've reached out to them, whether it was by following their stuff, by liking their stuff, by tagging them, by going to events to make my face known. That is really where it's at, because social media on its own is only going to take you so far.
Agreed. With
the followers that you start with, it's only going to take you so far, unless you're open for extreme shoots, extreme things.
What does that mean to you?
To me, that means more sexualized. I don't like the whole sexualizing a woman. Yes, we're hot, we're sexy, we're cute. It could be a cute face, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, we're still a woman. We're still somebody's daughter, mother, child. So to me, it's not about putting like a hot ass, sexy, half naked woman in front of the camera. It's about the woman or the car and situating the woman, empowering her. It's not, if you're looking at it as going into the game as to be like this sexy, hot, and that's how you want to be viewed, then that's perfect. But
it's not perfect for everyone.
It's not perfect for everyone. And to me, that's what I look for. I look for, one, a photographer that knows how to work with the woman. Because if all you're seeing and like off the photographer's feed is like ass and, tits and, all these sexual poses, then you know where that photographer stands. You know what he's looking for. You know what attention he catches. And then you know whether you want to work with that photographer or not.
I think that what I tell girls all the time is that, and again, not that I talk to a bunch of girls, but it's very, very easy for me to talk to anybody. But what I tell people is that you only get to cross the line once. It's like the same thing that you would tell your daughter. It's the same thing you would tell your niece. It's the same thing that you would tell your cousin, your sister, whoever it is that you're looking at from the perspective of a male. And only me and Frankie in this room can talk from the perspective of a male, but he also has daughters. And I don't know if that's public knowledge, but I'm sure it is because his girls are everywhere with them.
Yeah.
But I say to you this, you could only cross the line once. And what I tell people that are up and coming, and what I tell parents, what I tell people that come with the prospective models that are going to be working with us, is that you have to understand that we won't. So it's like, it's not something that we're looking to do. It's not something that we have aimed out to do, because then we would have already started doing it. Like Kat says, that would be our persona. But when we talk about Cali Active Angels, we talk about, and I wouldn't say sexualizing, but we talk about helping people to become or form themselves in the viewpoint that they have for themselves. And I know that sounds like a big thing right there, but it's true. And what Kat says and what we're telling you is that when you go to have this imagery of yourself, and there's a million girls that will do what you're not willing to do, but that's what makes our girls different. That's what makes Cali Active Angels different. That's what makes you different. If you allow yourself to be beautiful in your skin, it's because you're not saying that you have to do more or wear less in order for you to be viewed. You have to understand that what it is that we do as photographers, where we go on location, where it is that we put you with this perspective car, whatever it might be. And like she says, you have to be active, you have to be out there, but it doesn't mean that you have to be willing to do everything. And this is what I stress over and over again, that the photographer has a lot of power and a lot of influence to make girls feel very uncomfortable very fast. And if you feel that way, I always say leave the situation. And I've said it to the girls that we have when we partner with them and they ask us for advice on whether they should take, and I say we because we're all a family, but whether we should take photography angles from different photographers. And we've seen even really quickly how that can go really sideways, and that those photographers try to reach out and say, hey, are you looking to do OnlyFans with us? And those are situations where we're like, whoa, like we weren't expecting that, but it was later and it was at a different time. They tried to do it privately, but these situations happen, and it's very important that you guys feel protected and that you guys feel like you don't have to go that route. It's very important for you to realize that just because somebody has 100,000 followers, that you take a naked picture, that you're not going to end up with 100,000 followers. It's very important that you understand that. It's sort of like the very first thing that you tell your daughter when it comes to boys, they're all going to lie to you. Well, this is the same situation that you have to be able to assess, and the only way you can assess that is through experience. It's true. I mean, the person who doesn't want to talk would probably have the best perspective, because she protects us the most over anybody, and you might not ever hear her say the things that me and Frankie hear her say. But the reason why that happens the way that it does is because she's also protecting me and Frankie, and because we have fast mouths and we do things very quickly because we're confident, not because we're trying to depict anything. Because we have confidence and we're just like, okay, cool. If I have 30 minutes of sunlight left, because I've looked and I've practiced and I've tried to say to myself, what could give me the best possible photography shoot?
Sorry.
She didn't get it. Anyone's wondering.
Really hard.
You hit it really hard.
You made a hole in the wall.
You hit the wall.
Nah, but I thought that would be a good image. Then you have to ask yourself, okay, cool. So this is why we have these roundabout tables, and this is why this episode is going to be so much better than the first two that were supposed to be number 2 and 3. But it's okay. So I'm not going to make him feel guilty. I'm just going to totally make him feel guilty about it. But what do you think, Stephanie? What do you think? Please, if you can just answer one question for everybody. What do you think is the biggest thing you learned over the past year about helping the girls? And the reason why I say helping is because all of us are helping each other, but because you have a personal relationship with these girls that maybe sometimes me and Frankie don't have, because we're guys. We don't want to get ourselves involved in all the drama. As much as I know that Frankie has to hear some things.
Has to put up with it, yeah.
Doesn't mean that 2 seconds later he's not thinking about something else. Whereas Stephanie is like, okay, I have to position my players. I have to make sure everybody's okay in a healthy state of mind, because tomorrow we're going to go to an event and we all need to be focused on what the goal is, to take photos, to promote the brand and business perspective. So what do you think that you've learned over the past year in doing this, and what have you found to be the most successful for you and for us with everything, you know?
I think personality, like everybody has to get along. Well, she was the first one that actually reached out and said, "Hey, I really like your brand. I want to buy something. Send me pictures of whatever you have." And the first time we met, it was personality. I'm very shy, so I don't really talk much, and I actually freaked out when you messaged me. And I was like, "What do I write to her?" Because, like,
She did.
everything happened so fast. It went from just being Cali Active, and then he was like, "We need to incorporate girls." And then I was like, "Okay." So we like figured out all these names, crossed out everything, and we're like Cali Active Angels. And then from there, we're like, okay, now we need to build a team. And then after we decided that, just all these people just started gravitating to us, and it was like, what the heck? Like, this is happening way too fast. And after her, we met Jessica, and then all these other people started coming in. But I think we all just clicked very well.
Yeah.
I think from the first time you and Jessica shot, it was like the first time I think we all met each other actually. And then from there, well, here we are now.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it just escalated.
And I would definitely say that you can tell that it's a collaboration of people that really genuinely trust each other, because I allowed them into my house in a situation and setting that I didn't have to open that invitation. But because of the way that each girl is and each girls have been with us, I think that I felt comfortable enough knowing that, again, I'm not saying that I'm the only one with the house, but when you open up your house to people, you kind of got to have a form of trust with that person. And 100%. It's like, right? So it's like one of those things where, you know, like that's the relationship all of us have built. And it hasn't been in a hop and a skip. It's been a little bit of, could that be any louder?
It's been since the beginning of the year.
Yeah, since the beginning of the year. Like Stephanie said, it was very quick.
Yeah.
It was very quick.
Well, I mean, literally, like when I messaged you, I think I had just like barely. I was like, "Fuck it!" Like I'm gonna go for it. Like I started tagging people and reaching out and trying to like actually build something. Like got a little bit more focused, and I think, shit. Well, since I started working with you guys, like after that, like. I started working with other photographers, other people, and I've just been like myself growing, like not, I've been growing with you guys' brand, but I've also been growing like myself, and not just that, like
no
my self-esteem,
I feel like
everything.
number one promoter of yourself, and you do a really, really good job. Like
I was gonna say, she's the most photogenic because she is the most confident in herself. Yeah. And like she might say that who would have really thought about the fact that from 5 months ago to now that we knew that there was this first time I'm starting.
Yeah. Because it was. It really was.
I would have never known.
Which is cool.
Time I met her, I'd have never known.
It really, well, you know, like it also, the only thing, I'm not really confident to put that out there. I am not confident.
It was like we shot at the bridge, and then like I think like 5 weekends back to back to back to back. We were doing shoots with her, and it was like every one. It was like I was like, dang,
because
never done this.
I've been like, I was trying to like put myself out there, and the only reason why I did was because people were telling me like, you're photogenic, you know how to take pictures, you can do this.
You're the number one marketer of yourself for sure.
And shit, I was like, shut the fuck up, no.
She takes really good photos also.
Yeah, I watched the way you work with other people and stuff you post with other people, and it's like. Nothing's bad.
I don't think that people are going to make it through an hour of us talking. But what is your Instagram tag and how would people find you? And we'll make sure to put it into the video too. What is it? Do you know it?
Yes. It's miss.kitty meow with 3 E's.
Yeah, like a cowgirl cat.
Meow. Yeah, just like that.
First thing I thought was meow kind of. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So going back into what we were saying, it's like it's really crazy how everything has formulated and how we ended up here at this table. She wasn't even supposed to be here. It's not like it was something that was planned, but it is very much planned that we continue to build the platform and sit down with people and allow you guys an opportunity of experience that that Frankie, and my son's name is Vicente, that Frankie has actually built on his own. So Frankie is the one who has 30 plus years of relationships built with people who he knew when they were starting their businesses, now are big people in the game, or medium-sized people in the game, or entry-level people into the game. And he has the opportunity to show you guys a little bit of access viewpoints of how they ended up where they were at. And that's the same thing that we offer here with Kat, is that she has an opportunity and a platform to help you guys to understand what she does from the perspective of helping other people with photography, with their angles, with whatever it might be that they might need, makeup, all kinds of stuff. Not to say that she's going to do it for you, but it is something to say, because not everybody believes that they're going to be able to trust the photographer that they're going to go spend time with. And sometimes it might help to be able to say, hey, Kat, I have scheduled myself with this photographer. Is there any way that I can book you so that you can come with me and help me with my poses? Because I don't know this photographer from Tom, Dick, or Harry. And the reason why I say Tom, Dick, or Harry is because it's the saying that we use, and probably at this table, where we can describe people as different people, and it makes us feel like we understand that not one person to the next is going to be the same.
Yeah.
Right? It's like that's essentially what we're looking for here. So if you guys don't know, at Cali Active Angels, it's one word, right? Or one all the way across. That's where you can find the clothing, the girls, all of the people are tagged. We're not the photographer that typically doesn't tag. I know that there's some of them, and I agree with those people, because they kind of don't tag the girls because they just want it to be formulated about the art. Yeah. And so it's just really about, like, we want you to focus on just the fact that do you understand what we're trying to show you here? Mm-hmm. But then in our perspective, it's a little bit different. We want to make sure that the girls have a platform that they can resource off of us and then actually get more exposure. Mm-hmm. So it's something that we do,
for everybody to grow together.
And then we just tag each other. I mean, I'm the king of it. For every post that these girls do, I'll make sure that I like it. I'll make sure that I send some kind of comment to them. And I know it's repetitive and telling everybody that that's an awesome photo or reposting it, but it's essentially what we do. And
I can only fire emoji, because anything other than that, no hearts, no hand hearts, no bombs. Just only fire emoji. That's it.
That's not.
I'm not gonna lie. Some of the
that sounds pretty true.
When you post them 4 or 5 times, I'm not gonna like them that much either.
I know. I'm like, stop using the same reel, the same.
I appreciate the pictures that I take.
Well, this is one thing that I would tell you, because I did see somebody had posted, and I'm not trying to make this one of those things, but it does seem that most photographers will keep the stills or the raws, and there are photographers like Frankie and other people, and I'm not going to say any names because there's several of them, that give the model every single photo that they took. Whether it's a good one or not, he'll send the entire file, and you'll get these shitty photos.
Like that. What was the picture that I was like, oh my God?
It's because I only delete blurry pictures where people look retarded.
No,
and that's
not
it.
Always. But
there's some pictures. Okay, go.
Like, there's stuff that he'll put out there, and I'm like, oh my God, like, don't blast that. And he's like, well, they like the way they look with this smile, whatever. So I post the pictures that I think, I don't know, like, are attractive. All the pictures are attractive to me, but I always like put it in my point of view. Like, I don't want this picture blasted on Instagram. Like, I'm not gonna like the way I look.
You put yourself in their shoes.
Yes.
Suge Knight.
So I will pick the best picture that stands out to me, and then I'll be like, you guys post whatever you want, because I don't want to take that away from you guys. You guys are the ones that are in the picture. I'm just behind the scenes, and I always like stand off to the side. I never know how to like hype somebody up, I guess, because
I think you do.
You just got that bitch. That was the shit, bitch.
It is how they talk.
I don't know.
That is how they talk to each other.
Yeah, that is true.
They're very gangster. That's how they talk. Yeah, they.
But
that's how the team talks to each other.
That's how we talk.
See?
It's okay.
Man.
No, but I think it's easier working with like the few girls that we have, because we're all on the same level. Like, nobody tries to outshine the other.
It's so true.
No, we uplift each other,
and they'd be like, "You're next."
That's
Yeah,
but that's what it's about. Like, uplifting each other. Like, that was my main thing. Like, coming into this was I didn't necessarily want to be in front of the camera, but that's how I ended up. And from my side, I could still uplift other girls. Like,
I agree.
You're taking a picture with me? Okay, well, let's do this. Come on, like,
I feel like-
let you feel good with me.
That's a writer because she sat here for like 3 hours while we shot like 4 other girls.
Yeah.
And then an ode to Cali Active. She went and took pictures with her friend like 2 days later and did a whole, if you want to post.
Yo.
And these are the way the pictures are going to come out. I appreciate that.
Yo, you're welcome.
Like, these are poses you can use when you're posing. I was like, dang. She
I'm
sat here
gonna
and helped
start
everybody.
doing that. I'm literally gonna start doing that because I'm like, I could be in front of the camera for that, but then I could also help while I'm in front of the camera. Like, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Like, that is just, my mind's all over the place.
No,
with these
I
things.
do totally agree. I think we all agree because it's a competitive world out there. So everybody's in competition for some fucking reason.
And tell me.
And I don't know, we don't know yet what YouTube will censor and will demonetize us for, so we watch how we're talking. But normally we talk very,
Vulgar.
yeah, belligerent,
It's vulgar.
if that's the right word. But we talk openly like that, but again, that's how we talk. So if we say something that you feel offended by, just feel free to unsubscribe and just leave. But for everyone else that just wants to know how it is, that it's just how it is. These are things that we run across all the time. So if it's like one of those things where your situations that you might be in and you're like, you know what, I have my phone, there's this really beautiful girl, I'd like her to take a picture with my car, just realize the fact that everything that we've told you is kind of to help you, like, in the sense that how can you make yourself more approachable to these models or to these girls? Because most girls would just say yes, but you also want to make sure that you're not going to say, oh, hey, can you take a photo of my car? Will you go ahead and spread your cheeks and go ahead and put your leg up on the windshield? Like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
Or touch them. Like,
Yes.
That's another thing. That's
what the first thing I started
the biggest
with.
thing that like turns off somebody modeling is when the photographer or somebody feels so free to just come up and touch you. Like,
You know, we had a whole ass incident about that shit.
yeah.
Now they're
We had
gonna
talked
fucking,
about
It's like-
it.
it's
now
like-
they're gonna count the times I went like this to you. And they're gonna be like, we took the picture like 4 times. Now I'm gonna have a count
No.
meter.
No, but really,
She's right.
I mean, but it's not like, the thing is, like, when you're out there posing, we're not wearing much clothes. Like, when, we're wearing like a skirt, we're covered up and everything, but we're still exposed. And for somebody to like come and like just be like, do this, like trying to contour your body is
Inappropriate,
sometimes
number one.
uncomfortable.
Inappropriate,
Yes.
uncomfortable,
Yes.
assault.
And it's
At the end of the day,
especially if not like as a human being
Might be
coming up,
battery.
is this okay? Like,
Yeah.
can I touch you? Can I move you? Can I show you what I want you to do?
Or like
That is
Frankie,
different. That is different.
who will be like, can you do this? And then he kind of positions himself. Everybody has a laugh, but he does it because he's not going to put himself in the situation where someone's going to feel uncomfortable for the rest of their life.
Yes.
And he wants to make them comfortable for the rest of their life. It's
Yeah.
like the total opposite perspective.
Yeah.
Again, know your surroundings. Girls are very, very, not every girl. But not every girl also grew up in the streets like some of the girls that we have in our team. And I don't literally mean the streets of like flipping downtown LA and stuff, but I mean like where common street smarts is the only smarts that you have the ability to have.
Yeah.
It's like not everybody has that. So if you're so blind and you're so like, this guy has 50,000 followers and he says, let me take pictures of you. Come, I'm going to take pictures of you with my Maybach.
I'll blow you up.
I'm gonna make you so funny. I'm gonna make you the most.
Shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
have you got those messages before?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna make you famous.
Yeah.
It happens.
It does happen.
It happens, and then you end
Mama.
you end up at a house in somewhereville, and you are in a situation that you're like, holy smokes, I don't get to have that innocence back. And so again.
Yeah.
It's okay to say, but I'm just saying that's the reality of the fact that guys don't run into that. We are the people that probably inflict you those wounds and those traumas. But the truth is like, as you get older or as you grow, you don't have the same feelings that you had when you were starting. So photographers have that growth too. So always remember that just because one photographer wants to have you cross the lines that you're not ready to cross doesn't mean that the next photographer who asks you to take photos is going to be that same way. You just have to make.
I know it's okay to say no. Like,
Oh, always.
no, I'm not okay with doing that pose. No, I don't want to wear something so exposed. You know?
Agreed.
Like,
No, I don't wanna bend that way.
You always have the option to say no as a model. And that's the biggest thing. Like, I feel like some girls are so willing to do whatever to get 5 more followers.
Or they're afraid to say no.
And they're afraid to say no because they're afraid that person is going to ban them or shame them like so big that nobody else is going to want to work with them. But
I can tell you from experience,
No.
like, if one dude you say no to and it's like, oh, you're
Oh, I
never
thought you were gonna say somebody
No.
asked you to take some
No.
nasty photos.
You're never gonna shoot again. It's a lie. Like, there's
Oh, yeah.
enough dudes who take pictures that are probably perverts too. Like,
Not
that'll
only
still
that,
take
but,
pictures.
like how Kat is, like you worked with a lot of
Well,
photographers.
I live my life by 2 rules.
but
The first rule is wherever you go shoot, take somebody with you. Your homegirl, your homie, whatever. If they say no, you probably shouldn't even be at that shoot anyways.
you shouldn't have to ask if you could take anybody to a shoot.
Exactly.
One. And if
That's a different
you
perspective.
feel like you have to ask, no, because another photographer shouldn't be like
Well, I mean,
Putting you in a situation where
There-
where you're like alone.
I'm not justifying it, but I'm saying I've been to shoots where they're like, we only have room for X amount of people.
That's
It's
okay.
it's
yeah,
the
but you're
closed set or whatever.
bored
That
with
is true.
But I do get it. You shouldn't have to be able to be like, oh, can I bring somebody? You should 100% take anybody you want. And I tell you all the time, like,
Yes.
if you need somebody to go, I go with you. And my second thing is you have to be aware of your image. Like, it might be cool to do that one shoot or shoot a certain way, but just know when you go out there, however you choose to shoot, whether it's OnlyFans or whatever, like, people are going to judge you based on that, no matter what. In the lowrider world, in anywhere in the world. And, there's a reason that at these big car shows, half the girls that model there are strippers or OnlyFans models.
that's not true.
said half.
There's not?
He said half.
Yes.
A lot of the big
There's
ones are.
not.
He said
And
half.
that's how they get there. Yeah.
At big car shows, you will see a bunch of like OnlyFans
they're
models.
paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
yeah.
big shows.
Yeah.
You won't see that at picnics. You'll see, the
Your everyday girl.
You'll see the cosplayers, the girls who are trying to be up and coming models. You'll see that. But it's like there's a reason those girls can't be out in public like that
I think-
because they chose to do whatever they choose to do, and unfortunately, when they're out there, like I've seen it.
Yeah.
We've heard stories of people who say a lot of shit about models that are OnlyFans models or strippers or whatever.
But I also don't base my judgment on that either because
I don't base my judgment
people
on
talk
that
a lot
either.
of shit about a lot of people, and then like I've heard things, and if I was to take that person's point of view with any of the people that
We would have never been friends.
exactly
I'm gonna have to cut you out.
Yeah.
That's my brother.
a person different
In a different perspective, or they make
true.
their own judgment based off of whatever they
like
see
the
on
way they
social media.
look,
But
or
let-
like
What they
this
do.
is the way she
Let's be
looked
real
at
though.
me or
Let's be
whatever.
real. If let's say we see a model who is doing only certain types of photography and allowing that this is the image that I want to portray, the very first perspective that you're going to have of that person is that they're going to hold that image before you talk to them. It's the same thing that, let's say, for example, the model, the one that we were just talking about earlier, what is her name? Please blast her because she definitely follows us and comments on everything. What was her name?
Oh, Stephanie Gallardo?
Stephanie Gallardo.
Oh, I put her whole last name out there like that.
She also does.
Stephanie. Like Stephanie.
Yeah, Stephanie or something.
She's awesome.
I fucking love
She's
her.
from South Carolina.
Yes, and you look at her photos, and
Shout
the
out
very
to
first
South
thing,
Carolina.
the very first thing that I would say, looking at her Instagram, is that this girl is like la raza. This is exactly what you'd want to portray. This
Yeah.
is what you'd want your daughter to be looking at as like something like, oh, this is what I
Like
think
a
about.
mariachi.
Hold herself
Mariachi
Yeah.
singer and
standard,
everything.
it was
know,
one
like-
comment. I left one comment,
And she still looks very beautiful in her photos. Like she's not,
and she's pregnant.
pregnant
right
and
now.
everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Still taking pictures.
Bomb.
But
I love
think
her.
She had posted like a picture of somebody's clothing brand, tagged them, and like I was just scrolling and liking all kinds of pictures. She side messaged me saying she was working with a group of models, send her some stuff. But since then, she's liked and comment like everybody's
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And she'll
She's
repost.
a super
She'll
soaker.
like hype them up. Like it's crazy.
And her herself, she's fucking amazing. So she leaves us no other choice but to like hype her up too, because that's
energy,
Again,
right?
that's where we're at. We're at women empowering women, and just like she likes us, we love her. Like
South
she does
Carolina's
like
gonna be on my lowrider tour stop.
Music.
1 year.
That's a 3-day drive.
What else? She does a lot of things with business.
Yeah, she does music.
Yeah,
She
no,
does
she
stuff.
Podcasts,
Amazing.
She's very good at marketing herself, for sure.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm going back to and saying that if what I see on your page is nothing but hotivities, then I'm going to not think. I'm not going to say that you're a hoe because that's not my. I don't care. Like who you are is who you are.
That's where your mindset is.
But my mind is going to be to protect myself because I have an image to uphold. So I'm going to think to myself, is that the same kind of collaboration that I want to have? You think the same way about men. You think the same way about photographers. You think the same way about lowrider community people. And it's the same thing. Like if I cross this line, and again, this is how I tell people, once you cross that line, there's no coming back. Now, yes, you can rebrand yourself and start all over again, but once you cross that line, how quickly the internet moves, that's just what it is. So I always tell people, protect your innocence as long as you can, protect your image as long as you can, because like they've all said, without me asking, that it's okay to just be comfortable in your skin and say the word no. Yeah. It makes life so much easier to just be like, nah. You know how many times that me and Frankie have thrown up ideas and Stephanie has shut it down? So many times. And now when we look back, would we agree with all of them? Maybe not. But I would say...
That's some pretty amazing ideas.
I would say that...
I actually have some pretty amazing I can't with you.
Because the kids are always around, I feel like I have to pick and choose what I do. Especially me. Like, he can go... I don't know, stand over there, do whatever he does. The focus is not on him. They focus, where's mom?
Yeah.
And if I'm over here, like, I don't know, telling girls dress like this or do this, and later on they want to model and want to do that kind of stuff, like how would I feel about that? And they're with us, like, I would say like 90% of the time.
Like I said, we're all moms, somebody's children, somebody's daughter. You know, we're all in that category. And look at my daddy does not want to see my pictures. Like sometimes, you know. He made me make a whole nother Instagram because he was like, girl, I don't want to see you like in lingerie. And I'm like, that's not everyday thing. Like that was my birthday.
You also don't do it like holy shit at all. You do it so
I try to do it more classy.
That's like one of our things too, is when we shoot pictures or we do things, sometimes she's like, well, you know, that's borderline like, why did you shoot that? And it's like, dude, first of all, I didn't do that.
Raunchy.
It was whoever I was shooting at the time was like, hey, shoot me like this. Like, sure. Shoot me like this. Like, all right, I'll shoot it.
If the person's comfortable with it, absolutely. But I'm not going to put them in a position where they're not comfortable. And like half of the time, like even your daughter's there and she's watching you.
I bring her along.
Even at the car wash shoot, like, you know, you guys still did it like very classy.
Yeah. We didn't go all super like, you know, crazy and stuff. And again, that's
how we could have.
it could have been worse.
How we could have.
Like when he had to put
It could have been better.
For some, yes, it could have been better.
And I was like, what the hell did I just watch? Like a freaking soft porn? I was like, what? Like, no.
I was like,
I'm like, you're not going to do a video like that. Like, come on.
I appreciate my pictures.
But again, that it comes into play with like the model is so comfortable with doing what she is comfortable with. You know, like we could do a whole ass crazy shoot and it could be seductive, but not crazy and provocative and crazy like that. Like that's it's a whole different. It could still be classy. It could still be like I can still show my daughter these pictures.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I everybody will see. I take my daughter everywhere I go. Every shoot, every event, wherever I am, my daughter's with me. So I do always try to, you know, put it in her eyes. Like, you're seeing me do this, but it's not in a bad way. It's nothing bad. And she goes and she follows me around. And sometimes she has a camera and she's like recording behind the scenes for me and stuff. And she loves it, so it's not. I always try to put her first in that aspect because, obviously we're moms, like
and not even now, but when they're old enough to have Instagram and they want
to model and shit. I'm like, girl.
I think your daughter has the same like just personality as our youngest daughter because it's always like, can I take pictures with the models? Like, Yeah, go ask them.
Like, she wants to be.
Could
She
you ask
wants
for
some
me?
attention.
Yeah, because I think about when we were at the end of the world sign, she was like, "Can I take pictures with her?"
Yeah, she
She's like,
was trying to sneak in the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And even I tell her, baby, it's not for you, but you take pictures of us. She'd be like, oh, but I want to take a picture. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
well, come on. I mean, it is what it is.
Cool, right?
I'm never like,
And she's been sent files.
yeah. And she's in all those pictures, and she
Yeah.
Did
she
you
loves
just yawn?
it.
No.
You can't do that.
Oh.
That's a
Cut. Say that all
That's
again.
contagious.
That's how you.
No, but yeah, I agree. That's all very true.
Yeah.
All very true to what we're trying to do and what we're trying to
That's
be.
why I love to work with you guys, because it's something that I could be proud to like show my daughter, like, baby, like we came from this, like we all grew together.
I figured the Drake song.
It's a whole ass
From the
family.
bottom.
I don't know the
She's all dancing in the middle of the street at her house. You ever
Yeah.
seen the music video?
No.
no.
Oh man, yeah,
No, but like
That
no.
Drake was done with Kendrick. Like,
Damn.
yeah, he is. But you know, we can remember him.
That's
No, it's not cool. Once
Haven't
you got
heard it.
killed, once you got smashed on by the West Coast, it's not
Haven't
coming
heard
back.
never again.
Yeah,
Yeah, but your daughter was here when we were all here for the.
yeah.
I forgot what I called
yeah.
it.
I think it
Cali Active
takes
Angel.
Get together?
Yeah, whatever it
They
was.
get together, yeah.
it takes people a long time to get used to that because it's always like,
Used
hey,
to-
let's go do this, and it's like, well, we're gonna have the kids. Like, oh fuck.
Oh.
Like even now my friends are like, they already know. They're just like, we were thinking about going to this. If you guys want to go, like, yeah, we could go.
Let me grab another.
And I think what makes it easier too is that all of us are kind of on the same page. Like somebody's always gonna have their kid. Me?
That's fucking funny.
No, but it's true. And then
usually
even
us.
now they look forward to like, oh, is
Oh,
Kat
yeah, they
gonna
wanna go.
bring her daughter? Oh, is Jackie gonna bring her daughter? And now they're
Yeah.
used to like wanting to be together every weekend. It's
Yeah,
not
we're
even like,
together, they're together. So
Yeah.
it's a
I'm gonna have to
thing
come out with the whole kids line.
honestly, because Kilani was like, she wears her sweater everywhere. I'm like, girl, you know I have to preserve your sweater, like treat it good.
no, we had actually talked about a kid's line, but I don't know. It hasn't gone any further than that.
Yeah,
Talking about it, but it's
True.
as long as it's some kind of work. So that's
definitely is gonna be in the works.
All this is all so new that
Yeah,
shit, like
it happened like very quickly. Like I wasn't expecting to get a lot of the responses that we did. And then like so many things sold out and we're like, we don't have that right now. We're working on it. But
Aw.
I didn't think any of that was gonna happen either.
like a royal blue bikini.
Yeah. That's on the next
Oh yeah, I gotta stop promising people shit.
Yeah, and then he's
Like,
like,
oh yeah, I got
then
that.
he'll come home like, we still have that, right? No. No.
Like,
and he's
damn.
all, oh man. Like he's all, we
Run out of shit,
we could
that's
find
good,
that
right?
though, right?
Yeah.
Like how many people wanted that royal blue short set? And I'm
You're
like,
yawning
dude,
again?
like we can't. Like we
Yeah.
can't find it anywhere.
That's been the hardest thing to find.
Yawns?
No,
Jesus.
the royal blue short set.
Yeah, that was a hit for sure.
Yeah.
And it was like we did one photo
That's the
shoot
color.
and then we had like that's it. Just
Yeah,
that
thanks,
one outfit.
Morena. You blew that up, and now look, now I can't even find them to sell them.
Yeah.
Sure.
Coming next spring, huh?
I'm gonna have to write
A show
somebody
near
a
you.
check.
They're sewing them right now as we
Yeah,
speak.
man.
Yeah.
Somebody in
Getting them
China.
Damn.
Yeah.
Tariffs. Prices are gonna go up.
We should take a break right here.
Why?
Because you're
Huh?
gonna yawn again?
No.
Huh.
You gotta go to the bathroom.
I mean, I don't have to.
Go, go, go. Go, go.
And break.
Go ahead.